Call Halal Yamla Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of the great millstone who taught us this truth. My name is Milchamah, coming back at you with another video, or I guess you could say update on prophecies. Okay, so I kind of just got wind of this, and this particular information was posted, you see, 7 hours ago. And as I was pretty much doing my daily stroll through, YouTube to get some information, and this is some information that's updating when it comes to prophecy. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let this video play. I thought of some precepts. One I got, in mind. I got one queued up. So a couple came to mind, but this makes prophecy that much true. Like the Lord say, He's a man He cannot lie. So the word of the Lord, was the scriptures are the word of the Lord.
Hey, thank you for that. Okay. Let's turn now to Andrea Mitchell in Geneva. Andrea, just fresh off this very important interview with the Iranian foreign minister. What stood out from your conversation with him, Andrea?
Well, for one thing, accusing the United States of using diplomacy, Trump diplomacy, he made it very specific, as a cover to let Israel get ready to attack, and a betrayal, as he put it. I asked if he trusted Steve Witkoff, and he said that Steve Witkoff he thought was a gentleman, and that they were still communicating with each other by internet, by mail. But he said he no longer feels that he said he keeps changing his position, so perhaps he can't sell his position. So that is no longer a path. I was struck by how negative he was in terms of he will not negotiate as long as Israel is attacking. He did say that he now sees the U.S. as a party to the conflict because of the president's language saying, we now control the skies. We, not just Israel does. And that despite, when I pressed him about Secretary Rubio saying last Thursday night, this is not a U.S. strike, we did not take part in it, he said,
yeah, I like to say, I stopped it right there, that we're using this under the Fair Use Act. This is just for educational purposes. Okay, only. We're not making any monetary gain from using this. This is us, using what we're given to bring out the scriptures. And you can see he said, that he doesn't trust. I think his name is Mark Rubio. Okay. And the scripture tell you about this devil, but they all are heathens, on both sides, and really in the scriptures is really for us to not trust the, and the nations are starting to, they got some, they got retaliation on their side. They well, should I say, they can retaliate also. They pretty much got, big access to, missiles also. So, they know how this devil has been over the course of years. And you can see what she said about she's quoting what he said about Donald Trump, saying that we have control of Iran's skies, So, and they're gonna go on with this, Well, this video has a lot in it.
Excuse the traffic outside. He said, well, that may have just been a cover because we see them as the U.S. could have stopped them, and they didn't, so they gave them a green light. So he sees it as both the United States and Israel. I asked if Donald Trump, in 2 weeks or less, attacks Fordo, the underground mountain, hidden in the mountain, main centrifuge nuclear plant, nuclear processing facility, and would he retaliate against American targets around the world? And he said, war is war, indicating that he would. Now, I asked him repeatedly about how much Iran has lost. You heard the
He said war is war, so the things we all been talking about, how they have sleeper cells, here in America. Okay, you give one call and the sleeper cells wake up here. I've been hearing lately, and some months back, or last year, like I say, how they was talking about how sleeper cells are here, and they have some type of attack on U.S. soil. Whether it's cyber attack, the grid attack on the grid, or what do you call it? Uh, how they, bombs going off and so on and so forth. Anything goes. He said, "War is war." He's right. It doesn't, negate anything. It doesn't, it doesn't, give a red light on what should and shouldn't be hit.
president say, well, Israel is winning and Iran is losing, so, winners don't stop.
So let's
asked him repeatedly about how much Iran has lost. You heard the president say, well, Israel is winning and Iran is losing, so, winners don't stop. Which actually, in war, sometimes winners decide it is time to stop, but in any case, that was his perspective. And he said, I said, just despite all of the losses that you've suffered, with the missiles, with your top officials, your leaders being assassinated, then their backups being assassinated, your nuclear scientists, the nuclear facility at Natanz, the other threats to the infrastructure around Iran, wouldn't it be better to negotiate? And he said that there is something more important, which is national pride, and he will not bend on the U.S. demand that he give up all ability to enrich on Iranian soil for what they claim is a peaceful program, and take enriched uranium at much lower levels, 3.7 to 5%, which is what is used for civilian purposes, take that from a consortium of other countries. So we will not bend on that, and will not explain why Iran is enriching up to 60%, which is right below weapons grade, if it is for civilian purposes. And just finally, he said that he's going to Moscow on Monday. Vladimir Putin, his key ally in many ways, has been on the sidelines of this whole conflict. And he's going to Moscow to talk to Putin. Clearly, they want some help from Russia. So far, Putin has not cooperated.
Okay, Andrea Mitchell, live in Geneva.
See, you check that out. So, the scriptures talk about that, Russia shall be a guard, to the, the smaller nations like Iran. This possibly could be that, what we talked about. This could be, the particular situation that's going to bring on the end. Okay, let me see if I can grab that. Let's see. I think it's Ezekiel. I can't remember. I don't know if is it 38? Or is it 36? Let's see. It says, I think it might be 38, 35, I'm thinking. So what we'll probably end up doing is, let's see, let's type it in. I believe it's 35, but just to be on the safe side, it shall be a guard unto them. I believe that's how it goes. Let's see. Let's type it up. They shall be a guard. Let's see, we're getting to them. I don't know if it's gonna come up, so let's put what we'll do. We'll try to search the web and see what the web gives us. Yeah. So let's search the web for that, see if it'll give us Ezekiel 38. I guess that's exactly what I was looking for. I thought it was 38, so, but I said 35 too. Ezekiel 38. And what did I say? 5? 7. Okay, we can start at verse. Damn. I guess we can start. So you can see right here in verse 3, the Lord is against Gog and Magog, or which, Gog is Russia, in the region of Russia, and they say Magog is the actual area. So we'll start at verse 38. Now you heard the what's her name? Andrea Mitchell. She's the chief corresponder. She said that Russia was kind of standing on the sideline. So she's trying to make it seem that like Russia doesn't, know what it's gonna do, but the scripture knows. This is Ezekiel 38. Okay, let's just go to the point. Ezekiel 38:7. It says, "Be thou prepared, okay, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a God unto them." And this is what the Lord has commanded, Russia to do, to be a God unto the smaller nations. Okay, so hey, this is gonna go down like that. There's a lot of information said in this small snippet that we caught through the Spirit, and it's just Apostle Tahar said it best, man. We're only a few steps away. I believe he named us. I think one of his last videos, going into a few steps away from, that time that the MOTB is going to be mandated. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." Okay, Salaki. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Be ye," this is like, "but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor darkness, meaning that the Lord gave us the understanding, okay, that you know the times that are coming, okay. Yeah, so it's definitely, it was something else that made me, it's a scripture I had in my mind that, you know, I just kind of lost it. But you know, the point is that, you know, Russia is, you know, about to get involved too, because, you know, you seen the guy, I can't remember his name right off. It was this man here. Okay, let's see. I thought they would have his name up. Okay. You know, he said that I can't even think what he said. What did he say? That war is war, I believe. But it was something else he said. I touched on that. It was something else he had said. I can't remember right off, but matter of fact, let's grab this other scripture. Let's see. Matter of fact, give me a second. Okay. I think that should be it. It was something else I kind of lost the train of thought. But, so, you know, the negotiation is pretty much, you know, the mind has been made up with this foreign minister here. He says, you can see in the caption at the bottom, it said they would not negotiate with Israeli strike while Israeli strikes continue. Okay, so why would they negotiate if they still getting hit? You know, that's the mindset. And, you know, like I said, they know these devils, man. They know what they capable of and what they, you know, the history of them. Okay. So, you know, we are definitely in the beginning stages of World War III. You know, even though it just hadn't hit, you know, the shores of America. Okay. But, you know, as time goes on, and just prophecies definitely going, you know, over, come to pass. Okay, so, but yeah, so we can go ahead and then give our praise and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai. Till the next time I say, Shalom.